over 6 furlongs. The jockeys are saying he comes out of the stalls like a sprinter. He's got some gears there, so not a problem.
And in terms of the opposition, have you sat down and assessed what you might see as the likely dangers come the weekend?
Yeah, loads of them. It's a big race, especially for me. But Sir Mark's obviously the favourite.
Motivado,
yes. And so we'll see.
Well, exciting for you, exciting for the owner as well, I'm sure.
Yes, Mohan is a lovely person. He's got 2 horses with me, and he's really looking forward to it. All his family are going, and should be a good day, hopefully.
Well, fingers crossed. Good to talk to you, John. Very best of luck on Saturday.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Sky Bet Mobile, proud sponsors of Racing UK.
Yeah, that's the scene at Warwick ahead of the Racing UK nursery. 5 furlongs is a trip, and there's 8 runners. We go without number 6, Blazing Night. Let's have a look at the betting as we make the way down. Dan's Choice looking for a hat-trick of victories after wins at Sandown and Brighton is 3-1. Night Charm is 4-1. This is less competitive than the Super Sprint he ran in last time. Monkey Bar Flies 4-1. Dusty Storm 9-2. 7-1 and bigger the rest.
3-1 the field for what, for me, Sam, just about the most interesting race on the card tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Certainly for punting purposes, backers have got a little bit of a chance here. That 1 or 2 of the races earlier in the card didn't lend themselves to getting involved, but nice bunch of 2-year-olds here, and certainly each way perspective as well if you fancy it.
Well, we're seeing Dan's Choice on the way down, and Majestic Reds in the foreground. Dan's Choice is chasing the hat-trick. Maiden win to kick off with. Sandown, Brighton. I suppose the one thing you'd point to with regard to that, 2 in configuration, very different tracks to the one that he encounters tonight.
Yeah, I think you took the words from my mouth, really, Stuart. The way that the racing's gone a little bit tonight, it's paid to race up with the pace, certainly beyond the speed, and this is a horse that finishes his race strongly. Good strapping son of KLF, got a bit of size about him as well, and you can understand why in the last sort of 10-15% of races he's decelerating. Less than 1 or 2 of those in front of him. He's a strong finisher. We see him, powering to the front here at Sandown under an aggressive ride from Ryan Moore, and Hughesy was similarly on him at Brighton last time. He got up in the dying strides there to win a bit snugly. But I just wonder whether this race will be perfect the way that it's played out for him at Warwick.
So Trojan Support's touched 11-4, easing back out to a 3-1, still at the head of the market. Second best at 7-2, Monkey Barflies for Richard Fahey. Tony Hamilton takes the ride. Now he's been in deep on 1 occasion and has also shown promise on 2 others.
Yeah, very much so. And the air run was a decent one. He played up a little bit there in the prelims, but there was no sign of that today, really. That was behind Hot Toto, obviously. That was a warm race, and then first time out, behind Reckless Abandon, Annunciation et al. Another good effort. Went up to 6 then behind Burning Blaze and Corvalant at York, and didn't really cut much ice. Corvalant, I think, has won since at Nottingham to boost the form, and the drop back down to 5, off a mark of 69 in a race which is probably well within his capabilities. No surprise to see cash for him. Another nice looking type as well, compact, well built, son of elusive quality.
3-1 Joints.
City, sorry.
3-1 Joints, Dan's Choice and Monkey Barflies. At 9-2 next in, top weight Night Charm, who can boast course and distance winning form, and then things didn't really go his way when he was in deep in the Super Sprint.
No, I think you can just put a line through that run behind Body and Soul. He never got competitive, was 25-1 and was, like you say, probably fishing in a pool too deep, really. But the time before at Warwick, at this sort of level, and maiden auction level, he disposed of Hot Secret quite comfortably, travelled very nicely, just raced a little bit awkwardly when he got to the front, but John Fahey would be well aware of those little traits and misdemeanours, and hopefully he can put in a decent effort this night. Charm, he looks to have a little bit of scope and quality about him as well. The drying ground, slight concern perhaps, because he did handle the cut very well when he managed to score.
Ed McMahon is represented by the filly Dusty Storm, and she's been showing steady improvement and improving from one run to the next, culminating in a Ripon win last time.
Yeah, I saw one of Ed's win first hand yesterday. Bottle Blonde did everything wrong during the race, unshipped Franny Norton before the race and bolted up at 25s, to go alongside the likes of Winning Express and Dusty Storm. Does very well with his 2-year-olds here as well. Got a good strike rate, I think 5 from 13 in the last 5 years, and I like the way this horse sort of knuckled down at Ripon and did it. It was a cosy win really under Trotter Nichols that day. Just got to the front and was just always doing enough, so there's probably a bit left in the tank.
Loading steadily. Mullets comes from a yard that is bang in form and has shown ability now, first time in a nursery.
Yeah, money for this. I wonder whether it's the in-running players looking to sort of secure a profit early on. He's probably one of the few pacemakers in this race that's going to blast and go. That's the way that the tactics were employed last time out at Thirsk, and he hung violently left there. But I noticed just on the replay it was when he got to all the spectators, and I wonder whether he was veering away from the noise that they were making. But the far side rail didn't seem too bad in the previous race, so he could have a little bit of mileage in him as well.
Okay, so a final line in summary, Sam?
Yeah, I'll stick with the top horse, Night Charm. The drying ground, a little bit of a concern, but the knowledge of the track is a good criteria.
Last one is about to go in. Here's Mark.
Dusty Storm moving forward now. Harley's Rocket took a fierce hold, almost bolted on the way down to the starting point. David Kenny did a good job to get that horse anchored. Last one moving in. 2-year-olds are in the gate. And they're off in the Racing UK nursery. He caught them in a perfect line. In the centre, Dusty Storm with the white face is flashing early speed. So too Mullet around the outside. And despite just stumbling at the end of the first half furlong, Monkey Bar Flies is also right up there. But it is Mullet who has now won the battle for the lead. Presses on by 2 clear lengths. Monkey Bar Flies giving chase in second. On the outside, Wind for Power is now in a share of third with Dusty Storm. Then through on the inside is Night Charm. Next in the field is Majestic Red. Last but one, Harley's Rocket, and outpace at the back of the field is Dan's Choice as they race now inside the final quarter of a mile. Mullet has hung right across towards the near side rail. Monkey Bar Flies leads them now in the centre of the course, followed by Dusty Storm. Next in the field is Wind for Power, and then the red and light green of Dan's Choice, who's trying to pick up but running out of time inside the final half furlong. Monkey Bar Flies and Dusty Storm, these two, Dusty Storm, Monkey Bar Flies. Here comes the line. Monkey Bar Flies and Dusty Storm in a head bob, very tight. Dan's Choice flew but never nearer in third, close 4.
Photo finish.
Judges call for a photo. Nick Bostock to determine the outcome between Monkey Bar Flies near side, horse number 5, to Dusty Storm on the far side. Sam, first impressions were,
yes,
and that's rather backed up by the still. We'll wait for official confirmation. Dan's Choice, no doubt about that, is third. A close fourth as well between Win for Power in the cheek pieces and Mullet, who hung like a badly fitting door.
Here is the outcome of the photo finish for first place. First, number 5, Monkey Bar Flies.
Monkey Bar Flies second, wins for Richard Fahey in the hands of Tony Hamilton. The return, one of the 3-1 joint favourites. It didn't seemingly go according to plan for him. He appeared to stumble at a very early stage in a race in which, Sam, they appeared to go very hard from the outset.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what the time is compared to the previous race. Those sprint races have been run at furious gallops today, and he was another one that was up with the pace from the get-go, really. Along with Mullet, who sort of hung his chance away. He hung left, he hung right, and he just doesn't seem to be able to go in a straight line until he picks up late on, and then he's happy to go. It's just the wide open spaces seem to unfaze him like they did at first. But Dusty Storm's run another decent race. He's a good yardstick for the form, and Dan's Choice, as we felt beforehand, might just get outpaced and not get into the race until too late.
Here comes the time.
59.15 seconds.
59.15 for the 5 furlongs. 59.15 seconds.